Are you experiencing tight muscles and stiffness, aching pain, trigger point or reduced mobility that does not get any better with traditional stretching or exercise? If this sounds familiar, then you might be experiencing symptoms of a tight fascia. In today's healing, we will explore how Vortex Healing can work specifically on the fascia tissue. Vortex Healing can perform extraordinary healings on the physical body in general, with organs and systems, and for the brain and the nervous systems, and we can also work on the fascia tissue. The fascia is what provides structure and support throughout our body. It holds our muscles together, allowing them to contract and to stretch. It provides a smooth surface for your muscles, joints, and organs. The fascia is made up of connective tissue layers found below the skin, and it separates your muscles and closes the different organs and bones. It attaches, stabilizes your joints and movement, giving you strength. It also maintains vessel potency and improves circulation. The fascia is classified as superficial, deep, visceral according to the anatomical location. The fascia loses its malleability when it's damaged by local trauma or inflammation that can cause fascial layers to tighten and restrict the movement of the underlying tissue, leading to pain, hindered range of motion, or decreased blood flow. Vortex Healing can work on the fascia consciousness, tension patterns, and related trigger points. Also, we can work with the tissue in various ways, including transforming cellular consciousness, optimizing cellular functions, transforming biochemical patterning. We can also work on the genetics, consciousness, and awaken the DNA. I will play with the fascia as we go. Let's go! I will start by channeling into something called the Fascia Alignment Structure. Channeling into the fascia consciousness, tension patterns, and related trigger points of my hips. I will do both hips together. However, if I was working with a client, I would probably do first one and then the other one, just so the client can feel the difference. Still working on the hips, now I will, in order, channel to transform the cellular consciousness, optimize cellular function, and transform biochemical patterning of my hips. So, starting with transforming the cellular consciousness of my hips. Always working on my hips, I will now channel something called bioelectric current, followed by biomagnetics, which work on the biomagnetic field of the cells. I will also do something called biomagnetics harmonizing structures, which are basically biomagnetics in the form of structure. Just for a couple of minutes, I will channel something called Harmonics. You can imagine Harmonics to be like the most beautiful concert you have ever heard, and those work to kind of harmonize your system. It's very nurturing and integrative as well. I will also add some essences, so Harmonics with essences. And Divinity will pick whichever essence my hips need more. I think my right hip in this moment is enjoying it a little bit more than my left. Carrying on, always working on my hips, I will now be channeling tissue vortex. There are 33 qualities of tissue vortex, and this, as the name suggests, works specifically on the tissue. And Divinity will pick whichever quality my tissue needs most. Sometimes our emotional consciousness becomes entangled with our injuries. So I am going to disentangle various aspects of emotional consciousness for all injuries, past and present. I'm going now to catch up the luminous egg. This is very important when working with the physical body. I am going to catch up the rest of the system. Catching up the archival body and energetic memory. This is sort of like an energetic backup. Catching up the physical body. Because the jaw is very related to our hips, I will now repeat everything I have done with the jaw. Following the work on the jaw, I will work on my knees, on my toes, and the occipital bone and skull. A certain amount of fascia work on the skull will work like a craniosacral therapy, although please go and see your sacrocranial therapist, as we live in a physical body and physical manipulation sometimes is necessary. Following the work on my skull and occipital bone, I will proceed with my shoulders, back, hamstring, calves, quads. So this will probably take a very long time and I will do this off camera. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If this is the case, please smash that like button, as it will help this video to reach a wider audience. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Ciao ciao!